Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6 Reunion Part 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, we pick up with Portia and Shamia. They are still fussing. Now, quite frankly, I'm over it because neither one of y'all are innocent. Okay, I'm just saying, neither one of y'all. And then Andy was like, well, I see that she posted a birthday post for you. And then Portia goes, and then she continued her smear campaign right after. So, child, I ain't got time. Andy brings up that. Shamia brings up the egregious post that Portia posted about her mom doing something egregious to Portia's mom. So basically, this is what went down. Portia and Shamia's mom were both in the daycare business, taking care of the babies and whatnot. Well, Miss Diane couldn't quite afford to continue to pay, and so the building was going into foreclosure. Shamia's mom swooped in, bought the building, even though they had been talking to each other about their woes and whatnot, financially and otherwise. Shamia's mom bought the building, and then they didn't even know that Shamia's mama had bought the building until it went from Miss Diane's baby emporium to Shamia's mama's daycare. That's what it went to. So I'm just sitting here like, say what now? I understand when people say, well, it's just business. It's just business. I'm going to say this right here. If my friend listens to me say, girl, I might have to close because I can't afford to pay. I can't pay the $5. And then you take your ass over there and buy the building that I couldn't pay the $5 on instead of helping me to pay for the building and I could have kept it, then I would say that's egregious. I'm sorry, Shamia. That's egregious, honey. That's crazy. And I'm sure Miss Diane felt bad that she couldn't afford to pay for her building any longer. And then here come your mama swooping in and buying it up. But I will say this. To Shamia's point, y'all have been friends way after that. Because that happened years ago. So why are y'all even bringing the mamas up? Now, I understand that Shamia brought up the mom first when she spoke to Cynthia. But she didn't bring it up in a way that Portia had to go run to her stories and start telling everybody's business. It wasn't like that. Y'all just be overreacting, honey. Calm down. Now, Cynthia does her every now and then chime in because, she got to support Portia and whatnot. She was telling Shamia that Britt is the one that told about the text message and Portia was trying to let it go. So maybe you shouldn't be so mad at Portia. Portia then says, well, I feel like it all went left when this show started. And so Shamia was like, oh, yeah, because it's all my fault. It's both of y'all. Okay, both of you. Andy wanted to know if there was anything that Shamia could apologize for right now. Now, what I didn't like about this is that Andy likes to show his bias. I understand that, Portia is a vet, and I understand she's been here since season 5. She took her little hiatus and whatnot, and she's back. Cool. Nice to see you, P. Willie. But if you're going to turn to Shamia and ask if there's anything that she thinks she should apologize about, then you should also turn to Portia and ask if there's anything that she should apologize about. Because I think what people are forgetting is that Shamia didn't have the platform to speak up for herself. When they said those things season 9, she didn't have a platform to come back to a reunion and speak her speech. She came on like at the bitter end. This was after the lies. It was after all of that, y'all. And then she came and she said a little bit, but she wasn't able to say her piece. So I think if you're going to turn to her, then you need to turn to Portia as well. Now, Shamia did apologize for talking about their relationship to Drew and Angela. And Shamia, you're still lying, girl. Talking about, I didn't even tell Drew and Angela things like that. That was their opinion. Drew said, no, ma'am. Baby, we didn't ask you any questions. We felt like you just needed to release what it is that you needed to release. You had us pinky swear. So therefore, I'm thus and such, you ain't finna put this on us. So then Shamia said, well, y'all made it sound like I felt that way. Girl, you did. You did. You felt that way. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? So then Portia says, no, there's a friend group that we have. And Shamia told them that I didn't want her to be a peach holder. So basically, everybody can't be lying on you, Shamia. She's like, they saying the same thing that Drew and Angela is saying. So in the grand scheme of things, you must be saying something. So then Shamia says, well, no, people in this group told me that you didn't want me to have a peach. Point them out. Name them. Who in this group told you that Portia said she didn't want you to have a peach? Tell us. And Portia was like, you are just sitting here lying, girl. So then Portia looks to Andy and she says, did I not say I wanted Shamia to have a peach? And Andy co-signed. I mean, we knew he would. And then Shamia is just sitting there looking. Shamia, stand up for yourself. Did you at least pinch her? You didn't even pinch her, girl. What is going on? Stand up for yourself. So then, baby, they are whacking you like a damn pinata at a 4-year-old's birthday party in the backyard at their grandmama's house. Portia says that she watched interviews with Shamia saying that her and Phaedra tried to sabotage her marriage. So then Portia says, I mean, you going to do the interviews. I kiss Candy in the club. You kiss Candy in the club. Baby Candy said, when you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. Candy got the girls. Oh my goodness, honey. Candy kissing all the girls. When you're out making love, don't think I'm not. Oh, child, this is a mess. Y'all see Shamia didn't deny it, though. She just sat there and looked. Not you kissing her as well, honey. Honey, what is happening? What club y'all was at? So anywho, Shamia says, no, I didn't say that. I said you could have ruined my marriage. Now, Shamia, I'm going to take up for you in this moment, honey, because you don't know what to do. Okay, so tag me in. It doesn't matter if y'all did it or if y'all were going to do it. You were wrong. You were wrong. And if she wants to talk about it, she can damn talk about it. Because, Portia, let me just say this. You would have had a fit to this day if that were done to you. Look at you and Phaedra sitting up there talking about how y'all are upset that Shamia is doing interviews. They are asking her questions and she is answering them. Now y'all get mad because she talked behind your back. Then you get mad because she says what she's saying in the interviews. Do you want her to be truthful or not? Because I really don't get it. I don't understand how you're mad at her for something that you sat up there and let happen. You're mad at her. Let's just run this down. You're mad at her because she's been talking to other people about your friendship. But you, in that same friendship, sat up and let Phaedra in her helmet of salvation talk about your damn best friend knowing that she was about to get married. And you don't want her to speak on it? I don't care if it happened 45 years ago. I'm on this platform now and I want to speak on it. So I'm going to speak and y'all can't stop me. That's just like Phaedra last episode talking about, and I was very hurt that you were talking about it. Because we're cool. You're hurt that I'm talking about something that you did to me? Girl, bye. Moving forward. So then Portia says, well, you know what? I do just as many press runs, maybe more, because I've been on here longer, and that's not a dig. Portia. That was definitely a dig. Okay, it's been dug. Because you want to let Shamia know that you the big dog, and you've been on this platform. Let's just be very for real. Okay, like it was a dig. Like y'all be trying to play in somebody's face. Y'all are giving me a headache because the gaslighting is lit, and I don't like it. Like just calm down. So then Portia says she thought they had a great friendship. And Shamia was like, I did too. Kelly then chimes in and says that she wants them to be friends and that this is Shamia's moment to tell Portia how she really feels. Now, Portia begs to differ. She's like, this is not her moment, honey. Her moment was when I called her on the phone. She ain't finna tell me how she feel right here on this platform. No, she is not. So then Shamia says, well, I thought that we were good when we had that sit down, but then you started to distance yourself. So Shamia brings up how Portia had been distancing herself when she tried to reach out. She brought up that she called during Londy's death. And now, Shamia, this is where I have the issue with you. You like to keep score. And you want everyone to know when you've done something. You're a martyr. You do things, and then when you don't get the desired outcome, you start complaining. Like, stop doing that. She does not have to answer you when she's grieving. She owes you absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. And you know what's so crazy is that I saw people saying, well, Portia didn't even tell Shamia about it. She told Phaedra. In that moment, I'm not thinking about anybody else. That's such a selfish way to think. And for you to say she was distancing herself at the time she was grieving. Okay, Shamia, moving forward. So then Kelly says that Portia's friendship with Britt is very calculated because Britt don't really like her like that. She could not care less about a Portia. And I feel like all of y'all friendships are calculated. Kelly and Shamia, y'all cool by default. Portia is cool with Britt, probably based off aesthetics and the fact that, she ain't cool with you no more. And she ain't really cool with you because you cool with Shamia. And she ain't really cool with Shamia because Shamia's telling everybody she ain't cool with her. And y'all ain't cool with me because y'all's getting on my nerves. Okay, so what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, Portia basically said that the door is closed with her and Shamia. She was like, I do not have the emotional bandwidth to be playing with her. I have nothing left to give. Now, Shamia tried to make one last plea to let it be known that she has had times when she had things going on with her as well, but she would still find it in her heart and find a way to reach out to Portia. So much so, and see, this is what I'm talking about now. You finna let us know how great of a friend you are. So much so that people called her a lapdog. Andy had to look to Shamia and let her know, listen, girl, if you're hurting, say something in the moment. It is okay. Okay? Say what you gonna say. Don't let these people silence you. And I mean, we can just move on because maybe one day they can have an honest conversation. But as of now, it seems that they may have outgrown the relationship. And sometimes it happens. That's like when you work with your man. Sometimes you can't work with the people that you love. You have to do those things separately. So right now, it's not a good time for Portia and Shamia. This is the reunion, not the Shamia and Portia therapy session. I have had enough. Okay? Enough. Shamia, girl, just because you express your upset to a friend does not mean that the friendship is over. And if it is, then maybe that's not the friend for you. It's okay to have grievances in your friendships. You talk about those things. Now, if that person doesn't want to talk back, then forget them. Child, now we got to be subjected to Ralph old pine cone, narcissistic head ass. Old pine cone head heifer. Moving forward. So now it's Drew's turn to show her time this season. And Drew, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Again, why is Drew at the end of the couch? Drew should have been at the head of the couch. It just does not make any sense. So Andy wants to know if there has been any, kind of improvement when it comes to the kids, because they showed the clip where her mom was saying that the kids are different now. And Drew said that now they're in therapy. And I think that's great. I have my son in therapy as well. He's been in therapy since 2018. And I'm glad that you sprung into action, because don't let your babies go under with this divorce. Do not. So then Andy reads this tweet from Ralph about Drew's mom and her deceased father and Drew's mama taking money and whatnot. And I was just like, how disgustingly gross. Every time the spotlight isn't on him, he finds a way to be on that bull every single time. And it's just disgusting. So then they bring up them cooking in the kitchen and whatnot. Drew, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Don't do nothing else with him. Like, don't do nothing with him. Talking about some co-parenting. Child, you better order him some pizza down to that basement. Do not do anything with him. Okay? And she was like, well, the caption, he was saying I called him daddy and all that. And yeah, because he's a fool. Now, somehow we get to Ralph having a heifer in the basement. Now, since they live in a gated community, Drew was able to get all of the lady's information, and she even looked the lady up on Instagram. Now, the woman has even been down to the kids' school, mean mugging Drew. Child, let me find out Tyler Perry's divorced sisters. Y'all know Gigi's character, Kadeem? Child, not it's based on this mess, because some stuff going down in her child's school as well. Because y'all know Tyler be looking for inspiration. Child, this is based on the mess Ralph got going on, honey. This is a mess. Now, I have to say this, y'all. Ralph may have the most audacity that I've ever seen on this franchise. And I've seen some audacity. Okay, but this right here might take the cake. Because there's no reason that your little basement booty call needs to be mugging Drew at them baby school. No reason. Now, if Drew brought somebody to that house, it would be a whole problem. Baby, he would have the Ring camera footage on Twitter. We will be talking about it on Monday morning, because that's how vindictive he is. But when he does it, it's cool. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Like, come on, Ralph. Grow up, child. Moving forward. So then another viewer wants to know why nobody checked on Drew, but they had all this compassion for Portia. Listen, whomever wrote that question, thank you. Because I've been wondering the same exact thing all season. Here come Kelly lying, talking about, well, I really wanted to get to know you, but the circumstances of the circumstance. Girl, please. If you wanted to get to know her, you would have. You came on with a preconceived notion that the fans did not care for Drew. So you wanted to be on the side of the popular girls. So you went over there and aligned yourself with Shamia and thought you were going to align yourself with Portia, but you didn't. And Britt. And then when you realized that the fans like Drew this season, and they fickle, honey, and finicky, and every other F word you can think of, because I just don't understand. Anyway, we ain't finna get into all that, y'all. We'll be here all night. Just because you see that the fans like her now all of a sudden you want to make a speech about you should have gotten to know her. Girl, bye. Now Drew said, yeah, girl, it sound good, but I think you putting on for your city, okay? Because you didn't like me at first. And it was no reason why you didn't. You didn't even try to get to know me. You just came in and started basically talking all loud and being weird. Then here comes Kelly talking about, well, the reason why I was saying you lie, let me just like clear it up. It's because you said you bought something at the Balmain event and you didn't. Oh my God. Y'all don't be having nothing. Just grasping for straws. And Andy, we didn't hear from any of the other heifers. Why didn't anyone ask about Drew? That is the question. And not you gonna skim on past it to start talking about something else. Why didn't anyone care that Drew was going through it? Why? They skipped right on past it. They started talking about Shamia telling Portia about what Drew said about Portia's daughter. Now, Shamia did all that exaggerating only for Portia not to even care, honey. She don't give a damn. She didn't care nothing about that. Shamia said, well, you know what? From now on, I'm just going to keep my mouth closed. Drew said, yeah, that would be great moving forward. Honey, I know that's right. Moving forward. Don't say nothing. That's probably for the best. Don't say nothing. So then they bring up Drew being hypocritical for being mad at Portia for sitting with Ralph when she filmed with Dennis. It is not the same. Were Portia and Ralph working on anything? Absolutely not. And why is everyone being obtuse? Y'all know good and dang on well that this lady was being emotionally abused and manipulated by this man. Not physically, but she was being abused by him in other ways. Why are y'all acting like y'all don't know that? Whoever this viewer is that wrote this question, why are you acting like you don't know? So then Drew said, you know, y'all have seen how Ralph treats me. I came to your birthday party, Portia. I've cried to you. So then Portia gonna say, oh, I thought it was fake because I can't keep up with your lies. And it's mighty funny considering that you and Simon cannot even come up with a cohesive story as to how the two of you met. Did Shamia introduce you? Because he over there saying that you sent a DM to him when you were sitting with Shamia, so she didn't introduce you, but he saw you years ago when you were filming with Don Juan and Phaedra outside of this event when you said Don Juan had his pink panties in a bunch. Y'all can't even get y'all lies straight. So you're going to look at this woman and instead of apologizing, you're going to say to her, oh, that's because I thought it was fake. And Drew, you kikiing in Portia's face. Child, anyway. So then they go on to Shamia setting Portia up to sit with Ralph. And was it lapdog behavior? She said, well, I mean, I did do that. But I thought that since everybody was accusing me of being a lapdog, I might as well be one. And then she looks at Angela. She said, I was just being a friend is what I thought, a loyal friend like you were being to Drew. Baby, Angela said, honey, I'm too big to sit on anybody's lap. Honey, I know that's right. There is no way that I'm doing that. Angela, you are so quick-witted. I love it. I love it, girl. They can't stand it, honey. They can't stand it. Then they went on to Ty and Drew talking on the phone for 3,000 minutes. I'm like, child, who is counting these minutes? Y'all remember when we used to have to pay for minutes? Like it was free after 7. And some people, it was free after 9. And do y'all remember when you used to have to pay for text messages? Like you would get an allotted amount and you would have to pay like 10 cents per text message. Oh, child, honey, I had to get everything I had to say out all at once. And when I ran out of them characters, and it was hard to text back then because you had to hit that 1 until you got to that specific alphabet. Baby, we have come a long way. We have come a long way. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But anywho, her and Ty talked for 3,000 minutes. What? This viewer wanted to know, is that the reason why her and Ralph were getting a divorce? Have you seen Ralph? Have you seen his behavior? Ralph is the reason why they're getting a divorce. It has nothing to do with Ty. So then they bring up Black. And if she's dating him, she says again, Black is a friend. You say he's just a friend. Honey, she say he's just a friend. Shout out to Biz Marquis. May he rest in peace. Now, as they're doing all this, Drew gets up and passes out these Black promo hookahs that she done brought. Then they brought up Drew wanting to sleep with Dennis. And Drew said Dennis is not her type. Portia said, well, Black ain't all that either. Portia, you always getting offended. Girl, don't get mad because nobody want to lay down with Dennis but you. She gets so mad when people say he is not what he should be, honey. And Black, I see you with the free promo. Moving forward. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I don't care if Drew dated all of Atlanta. Anything to get away from Ralph. Do what you do, just do it safely. I feel like she deserves a break from Ralph. So now all of the men are out on the stage. Dennis, why are you wearing this plaid Christmas suit? What is going on? Child, now all the men that could be there are there. Gerald is not there for Shamia. She's like, well, this is just not his thing. Shamia, listen, no matter what, even if it's not his thing, he needs to support you. This dang on show ain't Charles Oakley's thing. Okay, he would rather be anywhere else than sitting up in here with y'all, but he's here to support Angela. So your husband sending you some flowers, we don't care about that. Why is he not there? And you definitely need a partner. Because, baby, they are getting you. You need somebody there. So, anywho, Andy, of course, acknowledges the enforcer. Shout out to Charles Oakley. Andy gets right down to it. He asked Dennis if he talked to Portia about working with Drew. Dennis lied. He did not. He told Drew he did, but he didn't. Then he asked, what if Drew wanted to sleep with him? And he's like, nah, I don't even know why that would even come out. We did business. Ralph is my friend in real life. I never told Portia that. Portia knows you never told her that. She just wanted to be mean to Drew. And because you didn't listen to her and do what she told you to do, she made sure that Drew suffered all season long. That text message, no matter how many times y'all read it, it reads to me, I'm not going to F you over. Where is my money? I'm not going to F you. It doesn't mean I'm not going to F you. And I don't know how many times we got to explain it. And mysteriously, we don't have the text message. Okay. So then here comes Ralph lying and backing up Portia. No, the text message said exactly what Portia is saying. And again, Ralph, you got everything else. Where's this text message? So then he says, Drew told him that Dennis tried to holler at her. Now, I'm glad that Drew spoke up and she called him out on his lies. And she was like, why would you come and sit up here and lie? I never told you that. Like, be so for real. So then Andy wanted to know if Dennis and Portia would ever get back together. He says she's single, so you never know. I, for one, think they're going to spin the block, but they trying to play in our face. But okay. So then he asked Dennis what his reaction was to Portia and Shamia. He said he's going to stay out of it because he can get in it and then they'll be friends tomorrow. So he ain't got time for it. Then on to all the women Dennis tried to holler at. So remember when Britt was saying that Dennis took her on a date and gave her a necklace because, he leads with the presents and whatnot. Child, I'm surprised he didn't give her a Rolex. He like to pass them out. Then they brought up the fact that he slid in Kelly's DMs and he was saying that Kelly is not telling the other half and she's confused. Like, what's the other half? Kelly said, now, dang on well, we only talked once or twice, but it was not like that. You were asking me if I was outside. I was telling you I was inside. Then we talked about business. That's it. And, Portia was laughing or whatever, like, oh, not you inside and outside. But I was a little scared. I was scared. Kelly, girl, I'm speaking directly to you. Portia gonna be on you next season. Okay, she's skinning and grinning right now. But best believe it's gonna be on and popping next season. And Dennis, you in for it too. While you sitting back there in your Christmas coat. Baby, she gonna get you. Okay? And she gonna get you. I don't even know why. She gonna get you. So then they turn around and ask Ralph about the basement booty call. He denies it, talking about we was working on a fitness tape. Oh, okay. So Stallion DVD, okay, or Donkey Booty workout. Anyway, then he starts saying, he starts giving this narcissistic speech for the optics of it all, talking about, I don't know why Drew want to fight me. I love you, Drew. We're family. I just want to raise our beautiful kids. I ain't got nothing against you. I want to see you shine. Ralph, please, just shut up, child. He says Drew has an on-camera and off-camera persona, and I believe that. I do. I like Drew, but I do think that she presents another way when she's not on camera. But I still ain't no damn team Ralph, and I still don't believe anything he says. And not y'all sitting up here clapping for Ralph because he said, I love you and we're family, when he's all over the internet spreading all of her business, pictures and DMs and personal phone calls and text messages included. And y'all up here clapping? And then Shamia gonna have enough nerve to say, we were mad at you before you came out. And we still are. Child, y'all crazy. And Angela, you up here co-signing her eating. If you got a man in the house that's gonna cook, girl, you better eat. I'd rather eat my toenails than to eat anything from a man who don't care nothing about me. Moving forward. So then Andy looked to Ralph and he wanted to know if Ralph apologized to Drew's mom. He has not, but he needs to. Even Cynthia told him, you need to be very mindful of what you're posting on social media. Child, Ralph just want attention. Any attention. He don't care how he get it, good or bad. Now on to Charles Oakley. Andy wanted to know if Charles has watched the show. He said, yeah, I watched a few episodes. He said he loves and likes his wife and he wouldn't be there if he didn't. He said the ladies say that they don't know anything about you being married to Angela. He said, well, I don't know which one of them married. That's what I want to know. Like, which one of y'all married? Why y'all asking about me? He said a lot of people say they know me. Like Shamia says she knows me, but I just met her for the first time on the show. She said I was at a wedding. So then Shamia says, no, I met you at a wedding. He said, no, you didn't meet me. I was there. Charles, they have pictures of you. Poor Shamia. Oh, Shamia, honey. You would have done better pulling a Phaedra, because at one point I forgot Phaedra was there. You should have just sat there and just been quiet. Not Charles pulling a Nene on Shamia. If that's meeting him, then I must have met him. Y'all are crazy. Oh my gosh. Not Kim Mutter is across the street. Shamia is across the street. Shamia is across the street. If that's meeting her, then I must have met her. Child, this is a fool. Shamia, just sit back, honey. Just sit silent like Phaedra, because they turning you every which way but loose. I just want you to get some rest. Honey, please rest in your pretty dress. Just rest. Charles said he don't remember none of that. He said he don't remember y'all. Now, Shamia is still trying to convince them that they know of each other. She says, no, well, I mean, Angela, when I said that I didn't know he was married, that was not a dig to you. I'm just saying that I didn't know. Angela was like, girl, it was a dig. Anyway, so then Andy said, well, Charles, do you know Phaedra? Charles said, no. Phaedra, I've been in several rooms with you. He said, yeah, that's not meeting me. You could have been in the bathroom with me. Don't mean you met me. She then switches it up, talking about, well, I knew when you were dating Sheree, and I know Sheree very well. And I remember when y'all were a couple. See, this that lawyer thing that Phaedra does. And everybody lets her get away with it because for whatever reason, y'all like her like that. But ma'am, that is not the question. What does that have to do with you? What does him dating Sheree, joggers, what does that have to do with you? Yeah, you knew that he dated Sheree, but does he know you? Because on part 2, you were acting like, yeah, I know Charles. He ain't never claimed you. That's the way you were acting in part 2. Or did I make that up? So then Charles is like, girl, please, I don't know you like that. Angela brings up how Phaedra called her a secret wife. And then Phaedra said, well, I said secret because you were unknown, but I was never saying that he had an affair or anything. And again, here you go with this. Girl, you know full and well what you were alluding to. What you meant was he be outside presenting like he's single and we ain't know nothing about you. We didn't even know he had a wife. And bring in Kim so she can sing, the ring didn't mean a thing. Wow. That's what you're trying to say. So please stop playing in our face. Talking about, I wasn't saying it like, yes, you were. You sat right up there with Portia so you could let it be known that he be outside and nobody knows that he's married. Because she's a secret. Moving forward. Charles said, everybody want to know about me. Where y'all husbands at? I'm the only one here. Portia was like, I don't really know where mine is. Shamia say, mine at home. Oh, child. I know that's right. I bet that hushed them right on up. That simmered them right on down. Okay. So then Andy brings up Sheree. Because, I mean, we talking about her. Might as well get into joggers. Baby Charles had a little bit too much to say about Sheree, though. I ain't like that. He said, well, I mean, we hung out. We would do things. We went to Dubai. We would go on trips. Andy said, when? He said, you know, sometime around the 2000s, 2005 to 2007. Child, no wonder joggers couldn't focus on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and premiering that dang on She by Sheree. I got to get down to this because the Real Housewives of Atlanta premiered in 2008. So when did her and Bob get divorced? For her to be dating him from 2005 to 2007. And was he on any episodes in the background? Child, I got to go look. Okay, because when did Dr. Taib come in? You know, he was a con artist. Child, it's just so much going on, child. I don't think Charles got it right, but we'll see. So then they bring up this whole side, baby. Charles tells the story of he and Wendy Williams having a cook-off. And then Angela went up to her talking about, don't worry about the side, baby. Now, for some reason, okay, and this is where Angela kind of throws me off. I know everybody likes Angela, but everybody got their stuff to them. And we just got to call a spade a spade. Now, this is how Angela kind of threw me off. Because in the midst of talking about this story, all of a sudden she was like, tell them how Wendy wanted you to come over her house and have wine several times. He said, no, it was only one time. She said, oh, okay, so you were going to go over to Wendy's house? He said, I would have went, but she got cats. She said, so you would have gone on a date? He said, it's wine. I like wine. She said, no, but I'm asking if you would have gone on a date. He said, well, if wine is a date, then yeah, I guess I would have went on a date. Oh, baby, let's not ask Charles any more questions. Not one more question. Because why would you even say that? See, Angela, this is why you shouldn't be turning around saying stuff that has nothing to do with the story. That was irrelevant. Now you got him sitting up here saying he would have dated Wendy Williams. Child, this is a mess. That is crazy. This is why the people think the way that they do, child. This is a mess. So then Andrew, that is, brought up Madison Square Garden. And of course, Angela took over. He was asking Charles the question, but Angela went and gave that same response that she gives all the time. And, we had to separate and he couldn't handle it. And child, I wasn't even listening. Anyway, child, let's move on. Moving forward. So Andy wanted to know before the men got out of there if there were any other questions. Kelly wanted to know what her ex said to Ralph. Ralph said, he just told me, about y'all's relationship and the way y'all's divorce was going and whatnot. It was just like a one-time thing, nothing major. Kelly then tells Drew, you know what? At least you have a man that wants to take care of his kids because I don't have that. So I commend you, Ralph. You're a stand-up guy. And not y'all all clapping for this nothing man. I'm sorry. I give Ralph nothing. A stand-up man would not tear down their mother on the interweb. The oldest child is able to Google any of this. Where is he being a stand-up guy? Y'all just be saying anything. Kelly, goodbye and good night. Now, I do understand that, you want your children's father involved in their lives. I get it. I understand. But we're not going to give Ralph too much. Okay? So now it's time to wrap this thing up. All the men are in the back, and it's time to put a nice little bow on season 16. Andy says to Drew, I know you're so happy that you made up with Portia. Why? Anyway, I wouldn't be. She dragged her and lied on her all season, and now she's supposed to kiss the ring. Andrew, goodbye. Andy wants to know what Kelly took from the season. She says she learned who her true friends are, and she hopes that Portia and Shamia can work through it because she lost her friendship with Britt, but she doesn't want them to lose their friendship. Kelly, the same way that Portia could not compare her 11-minute marriage to your 11-year marriage, you cannot compare their 20-plus year friendship to your 20-minute friendship. You and Britt were friends out of convenience. You both were new. You were navigating this space. You didn't know what was going to go down. So you became friends out of convenience. It was an alliance, girl. Y'all ain't the same. But anyway. So then Phaedra is just sitting there like a bump on a log, child. He said something to her, but she gave nothing. Angela says that she's forever grateful for her Fangelas, and she's happy that she got to film with her mom so that her mom can live on in our living rooms forever. Moving forward. Now, I don't know what Andy was talking about right here because he looks at Cynthia and says, Cynthia, I just want to thank you for all the guidance that you were giving this season, and you kept this train chugging along. And I'm like, what train? It can't be electric like what we have now. At some point, somebody got to be driving the train, honey. I was thinking, what train? Cynthia ain't did nothing all season. But I think, she done been around so long, honey. We just happy to see her, child. Cynthia happy to be a friend of. She thanked all the heifers and she just sitting there smizing. So then Shamia says that she learned to speak up for herself. And when she wants to build alliances, she wants to build them with everybody on the couches. So then on to Portia. Y'all know Portia be long-winded, child. She talking about she knows why the cage bird sings. And she said, I'm just playing. She ain't say that. I'm just playing P. Willie. But she did say that to sit and watch herself was crazy this season because she was not her best self. And she's just thanking God that she's sitting there in her right mind. Portia, girl, you didn't really know that. I ain't got time. Anyway, we finna wrap this thing up. Then she told Shamia that she still loves her and she loves everyone on the couch, which is very hard to say, especially with these heifers. So then, since Andy didn't come to Nashville for her birthday, he got presented with the fan, and then Andy popped that fan off beat and on to season 17. And that was the end of the season. Oh, y'all, we made it. Thank God we made it. We made it. Season 16 is a wrap. Oh, this was a trip, y'all. I can't wait to see what the Potomac Heifer's gonna do. I don't think they gonna do nothing. I'm bored just looking at them in pictures. But we shall see, because y'all know I'm gonna be there nonetheless, even if it's boring and whatnot. Because you know Monique coming back, and I'm trying to see how her and Giz are gonna get along. Child's gonna be a mess. Helmet of Salvation, girl. Let's see what you gonna do next season. Cynthia, burn them OLWs. All them damn old lady wigs, burn them. Portia, girl, get yourself together. Shamia, girl, get yourself together. Angela, girl, get them fans together, because them people are waiting on them fans, child. And I saw some over on the AliExpress that was already bedazzled. Ralph, go away from me with this. Please go to the basement and never come back out. Drew, your music is good. Congratulations. Oh, Shamia, your music is good. Congratulations to you as well. Dennis, leave these ladies alone. Find somebody outside of Portia, child. Ain't nobody else in Atlanta. Child, this is a mess. All right, y'all. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about season 16. If I had to rate it 1 through 10, I would give season 16 a 7. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.